I don't know if you guys have heard about this story where it seems like a group of guys who actually did an experiment with lasers, and apparently they found a way in which we can see coding that exists all around us in the universe, and it seems like they started seeing some kind of matrix code that starts appearing once they use the lasers. And at first I thought that it was just a bunch of crazy guys doing some crazy experiments, but it actually seems like this whole stuff is real. They found some solid proof that even Joe Rogan was mind blown. Just take a look at what these guys have been experimenting. Look at that stuff.
When I first saw the phenomenon, I was like, holy shit.
So apparently they're using some sort of lasers.
Like, what is happening?
Am I losing my mind? But then I showed other people, and things kept getting weirder.
Just
Look
for
at
the
that
record,
stuff.
I haven't told him anything. Okay, just tell me what you see.
Oh my God, come on.
So apparently it seems like they're seeing some sort of matrix code that starts appearing on the wall. And I have no idea how this thing works. And apparently it seems like this experiment, what they've done, it actually works. You can try it yourself at home if you have the right set of equipments. And you need to look at what they actually found in this whole experiment, man.
Like, take yourself to that. Like,
Look at this stuff.
I just made a connection that nobody made before, which is a simple connection. The claim is...
So they have like a laser diffuser, and they just attach it and make a cross. They need to make a cross. That's how it works. And once you have the cross symbol...
If you project a diffracted laser on the surface and you smoke DMT, you will see code running in surfaces. Yes, like in the Matrix.
So there are a few.
So in order to, be able to see this stuff, apparently they smoked some stuff called as the DMTs. And once they did that, it seems like they started seeing some coding stuff on the wall.
Which is the coolest losing your mind ever in history.
The second option is that
This is the biggest discovery of humankind. If anybody ever asked themselves what it would be like to know you live in the Matrix for sure, well, I know for sure.
I mean, Joe Rogan was fascinated by this whole discovery that these guys have done. And I want you guys to honestly take a look at this stuff, man. It's absolutely insane.
There's this video I was watching the other day online where these people, they put them on DMT and then they had lasers.
The red laser effect.
Yes. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I just found out about it a couple of days ago. And
Wow.
Yeah. You just found out about it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just found out about it a couple of days ago.
Yeah. A friend is putting together a piece on that phenomenon, and he wanted my opinion.
Could you explain it to people what they're experiencing?
Well, I think what happens, this is just a very cursory assessment of the project, but people smoke DMT, and then they project this red laser onto the wall. And if you look very carefully at it, from what I understand, you can see the matrix.
You see code
What?
in the laser. Yeah.
And that's for
Opened your
real.
eyes on
That's actually for real. You start seeing Matrix. And these guys, they apparently, kind of went ahead and did this whole experiment. And it seems like they see some sort of a code, which they have mentioned here. It seems like they've written down the kind of codes that they get to see. And the things that they mentioned, they're seeing some sort of a code which resembles the Hebrew language, the language in which Bible is written in. And this is basically how the code looks like. And that's just crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff, honestly. Take a look at this documentary that these guys have just done.
the laser was revealing numbers and letters running in a pattern.
They're almost like this big here, and it looks like code.
It looked like programming code.
It's definitely saying something, Ken. I just want to take a picture of it and translate it.
Wow.
Wow. You see that?
Okay, so yeah, it's not stuck.
No.
It's not because of the light.
No, it's on its own side. Light is just literally revealing it.
And each angle shows you different layers, different ways through it.
I can see through
How
the
was that
wall.
possible?
It's not like a hallucination. It has spatial awareness and permanence. I don't know. Whoa.
The laser
That's
was
crazy,
revealing
dude.
Numbers and
I would love to
letters.
see what this whole stuff is all about, honestly. So by this stage, you're probably thinking, surely this is just a hallucination. Danny says no. I don't know if this is hallucination, because every single one of these guys who actually got to see all of the programming that they've just written down, it seems like everything that they've shown, everyone is able to see similar kind of coding. So if it's one person that's hallucinating, why would the other person see the same stuff as well in the laser? That's crazy, because they're actually seeing some sorts of, coding, which looks the same as what we see in the Matrix movie around us, where all of these coding starts appearing around you. That's the kind of similar stuff they see through this laser after they smoke the DMT. So now, if Danny is not crazy, is productive, and experts are not immediately denouncing him, what is the story here? Is it legitimate? Let's take a closer look at the experiment that Danny actually does.
Attention to.
Let's take a look at this
through
stuff.
The laser, not at the diffraction pattern that falls on the wall. So even if you're sitting 2 or 3 feet away, like we're seeing here, you want to be looking at beyond the light, like you're looking through the window versus looking at the surface of the window. Also notice how wide the diffracted pattern of the laser is on the wall. People that choose lasers that produce this thing that just looks like one line, that's not wide enough for you to see anything.
So you gotta have like a much wider,
laser, not at the surface. So it will be too thin, too narrow of a crack to look through, so to speak. You can come closer like this, and I would recommend to cover one eye so the light doesn't hit your cornea. And then you would be looking from the side. From the side is better because you get a separation of the layers inside. You want to stay on this task for a little bit until you start seeing structures emerge. If you still don't see anything, you can actually come to the side of the wall, like so, and try and look at the edge of where the light becomes visible from the side. This weirdly makes it even more coherent. One extra emphasis I would give is that you want to stay with it until you start seeing digits. The separation between just seeing the structures and seeing the digits is total.
So this is how it appears.
Still see the structure.
Look at that stuff. So in the Matrix movie, you can actually see that all of these numbers and structures, it starts appearing. So these guys, they start seeing the structure and they see through that stuff. They can see beyond what's beyond the wall. How's that even possible? I mean, I don't know if we're just tripping or like, what if we're actually living inside the Matrix? That would actually be insane
When you
if
still
that turns
see
out
the
to be true.
structures, it's possible to imagine that these structures are due to the influence of DMT in your brain while you're looking at a stochastic pattern. But when you see the digits, this hypothesis becomes much less tenable. You will notice some motion. Stay with that motion. The digits are usually much smaller than people expect. So keep looking until you see actual digits running. Numerals and what seems like Japanese katakana characters.
Wow,
if you use a
numerals.
glass of water like here, but
you start seeing numerals, like the numbers, pretty similar to like the Matrix movie. And they also said that they kind of see the Hebrew language.
You can either look into the glass of water, into the little reflections that you can see inside the glass. And then what you want to do is to mimic the gesture that we do when we go a little bit cross-eyed, which you will notice is the same gesture that your eyes are doing when you're trying to look beyond something. It's also very similar to what we have to do when we're trying to look at a magic eye image. To anybody who's not familiar, the magic eye is a visual illusion.
The image that kind of gives you trippiness.
On two-dimensional paper, and when you do a certain thing with your attention, you can all of a sudden see a three-dimensional image in there. But it's embedded in there. It's designed to do that. And the gesture you do with your eyes, if you're familiar with magic eye, is very similar to what we're trying to do here. So either we're looking at the glass directly and we're trying to expand those little reflective patterns. You will see some glistening portions inside the glass. And what you want to do is to expand them by doing the magic eye gesture.
You have to evolve as you go.
With your eyes. And you will see the code running inside very coherently.
He's tripping looking at that stuff.
Is to look at the light that hits the wall after it's being refraction pattern altogether. You want to be looking at the area after it passed the water, which is different than the light that hits the wall directly. Something about the refractive index of water that makes what we see in the laser even more coherent. It's not clear what yet.
It kind of just
We're working on
zooms
that,
in.
but that's the case, and it can help people who are having a hard time seeing it.
Oh my God, dude, that's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy. I don't know what kind of, experiment these guys are up to. It seems like they might have just cracked the code. Seems like we could be in some sort of matrix. What if this entire world is designed with matrix? What if nothing is real? What if we are living in some sort of a simulation? What if God just created the world using the technology with coding and all that stuff? Because now it seems like, we got some sort of Hebrew language, because it does look like some sort of Hebrew scriptures apparently. And this is basically how the Bible was written. I mean, those ancient scripts, those things, it kind of looks similar to this one. It kind of looks like a Japanese language, but we don't know what it is. Now, obviously, with more and more research, hopefully we get some more updates on this stuff. And hopefully, some scientist picks up on this stuff and they do like a full-scale research on this thing using like multiple, laser lights in order to like find out on whether or not if we are actually living inside the Matrix. Now, honestly, man, it kind of just blew my minds off, seeing this whole experiment stuff. Every single day, we are just coming across some crazy things happening around the world. And this is just one of those crazy things. And I thought, I should just go ahead and share this with all of my lovely viewers. So honestly, guys, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the stuff that you have just witnessed? Do you think that we live in the Matrix? What do you think this whole thing could be? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to read them, reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. And with that being said, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, drop a big fat like on this video. It really goes a long way for me as a channel, as a creator, in order to, bring out such videos for you guys every single day. It takes a lot of work. So I would really, really appreciate it if you guys could just show your support. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.